Today is the last Saturday of the month, if not the last day of so we'll be entering a new month in a jiffy. So I'm gonna talk about something. I wanted to go to the shop and make this video, but I just said to myself I might forget it. You know, one thing with content creating is that if you don't do it at once, you you forget what you want to say. So I was going through TikTok and I came across a lady that talked about how it's outrageous in this and expensive that bakers are collecting 300,000 or more for beginners class. That is very outrageous. That after the beginners class, what is the person supposed to like use in opening his or her own? First of all, let me tell you one thing. As an entrepreneur who's venturing into a particular business that requires skills and instruments. Now, if you're waiting to get that money in box to start it, immediately you finish learning the work. Trust me, if you don't have Abraham Dekana, or maybe you're not from a rich family, or maybe you're not married, or your husband is rich, it's going to be difficult. I'm speaking out of experience. So what we do is to do what is while you're training, you're picking the essential ones, you're picking the important ones they can see you through that can help you. And that is what I always teach my students how to improvise. You need to improvise. You need to learn how to improvise. That's one. But that's not why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is that the lady complained so badly. This lady happens to be a baker. I don't know what she's trying to prove. I don't know. But well, people's opinion is their own opinion. And I'm not going to judge her for that being her opinion on how she sees things. But let me list down something for you. Now, aside the cost of materials, which are very, very, very high in the market, now we're speaking of quality. Aside the cost of materials, which are very high in the market, what about your mental health? This These beginners will mess with your mental health that you start questioning your ability to teach, your ability to coach, your ability. That one aside, apart from that, you're not being paid. Most of these beginners, most of these students lacks home training. See, most of these students, they lack home training. Now, imagine a parent coming, dumping her child, especially the girl child, for you. In fact, a girl child that is obviously not trained well. Now, you have to. Now, apart from you teaching this apprentice or this student how to bake and decorate beautiful cakes, you discover that you also have to start giving that child home training. Some of them don't bathe properly. Some of them come to work smelling like ogiri. Then you have to start teaching that child, okay, you're supposed to use this deodorant, that one, that one. Okay, that one aside though. Since maybe you say, that one, maybe you're just trying to be the mother because I don't see the reason why a child will be given, will be placed under your care and you don't want to train that person apart from training that person the skill she came for because this most especially I'm talking about women. I'm not trying to just talk about women, but you're also giving this child training that obviously her parents skipped. Now let's talk about the waste of materials. Let's talk about the waste of materials. Nobody's talking about that. Have a student ever destroyed hundreds worth of thousand naira material? All in the name because most of them you ask them, do you understand? Now you've been teaching a student for like months and you feel like okay, she understands. But in truth of teach, you be asking the student, you understand, you can do this, you can do that, and they'll all be saying yes, yes, we can. Because I don't know whether it has happened to you, it has happened to me countless times. Now, these students will waste your materials when I'm talking about you losing money all in the name of training, you're losing money. Now, apart from you bringing out the material they're supposed to train with, of course, they have to come in contact with real life projects. Maybe you're trying to, maybe just, you understand. Then they will waste this material for you. Now you might ask a student, okay, please, a student you've been teaching for months, miss this sort. Some of them won't even bother to go to and pick their book and for reference purpose, like go through the recipe you gave them, and they feel like, okay, I think I've learned so much, and they want to do it on their own. Boom. You find yourself throwing, trashing cakes. You find yourself trashing yogurt. You find yourself trashing things that are worth hundreds of thousands. So after you must have calculated all this thing, your mental health, the home training which you start giving them, the materials which they will waste on top of it. Now tell me if you still feel 300,000 is an outrageous price for a student to pay for beginners class. I'm not talking about, maybe, I don't know, maybe you are kind of boss that, or some bakers are the kind of people that just teach puff puff and egg roll and basic vanilla cakes as beginners class. But we that understand that you can spend 3, 6, 1 year with us and you don't know how to decorate like a pro. Because so next time you're coming at some bakers for charging a particular amount to teach their students or beginners class, know that they are not like you. They know the services they're giving. I'm not talking about people who feel they're following trend of charging huge amount of money. No, they know what they're giving. They know the information they're passing out. They know it's authentic, and they know what they're doing. And most of these people aren't just bakers; they are teachers. They are teachers. They are builders. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna let me go and bait. I'm late for work. Bye.